Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence is published 1920. Among her most well-known compositions is this one. The book opens in New York City during the 1870s. It looks at top-class affluent people's life. The drama centers on Newland Archer. Young lawyer from a well-known family. Here is me. Newland is committed to May Welland. May hails from a nice, conventional household. Society regards their involvement as perfect. But after Newland meets Ellen Olenska, his life changes. Ellen is the cousin of May. She differs from other members of their social circle. Ellen is freewheeling and autonomous. After a failed marriage in Europe, she lately came back to New York. Newland finds attraction in Ellen's unusual approaches. He starts to wonder why he is involved with May. Newland finds himself caught between obligation and pleasure. He gets more and more want to be with Ellen. Still, he is much influenced by society's expectations. The book explores love, obligation, and social pressure among other topics. It demonstrates how strictly enforced society's norms could control one's personal happiness. Newland battles his emotions toward Ellen. Following her would cause uproar, he understands. Though he feels strongly, Newland marries May. He makes an effort to forward his life. Still, he finds great emotional resonance in his affections for Ellen. Ellen also struggles between her sense of integrity and her love for Newland. She wants no harm done to May. Ellen chooses at last to go back to Europe. She decides to live somewhere else than Newland. For both of them, this choice breaks heart. Newland muses over his life at the book's conclusion. He understands he gave his happiness for the approval of society. Still, he also finds some peace in the life he decided on. Wharton presents New York society in great clarity and insight. She attacks the social mores that bind people into positions they do not want. The book boasts sophisticated and well-developed multifaceted characters. Newland is seen as a man yearning more than what society presents. He is yet also a product of his time. He cannot totally escape his background. May stands for the perfect lady of the time. She is devoted to her husband, naive and loyal. She does, however, also grasp the social mores really well. Ellen, on the other side, questions those guidelines. She is a woman ahead of her day. She appreciates self-expression and autonomy. Her unusual approaches, however, make her an outsider in New York society. The book also looks at the transition motif. New York society stands about to change. New ideas are contesting the traditional practices. Still, the individuals are firmly anchored in custom. They battle to fit the world that is evolving. Wharton writes with grace and thoroughness. She paints a clear image of New York life in the 1870s. She writes in great detail about the social events, clothes, and customs. But under the surface of this refined universe comes a feeling of repression. The expectations of their class bind the personalities. They cannot completely express themselves. The book revolves mostly on this conflict between image and truth. Wharton's criticism of society is subdued but rather strong. She demonstrates how the inflexible social structure damages people. She does admit, though, that this framework offers consistency. The book begs issues on how to strike the balance between social obligation and personal liberty. It wonders if one can lead a fulfilled life inside the parameters of society. In 1921, The Age of Innocence won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction. The first woman to get this accolade, Wharton was. Still a masterwork of American writing, the book is its depiction of a bygone period keeps people researching and appreciating it. Its ideas of love, obligation, and social pressure still apply now. Readers of The Age of Innocence are invited to consider their own life. It invites us to give our decisions and their justifications more thought. It helps us to realize that every choice has a price. It also emphasizes, nonetheless, the need of reaching harmony with the decisions we take. The Age of Innocence is an everlasting investigation of the human situation. Readers of many generations will find resonance in this narrative. Its environment, concepts, and characters all have exquisite workmanship. Wharton's book nevertheless is a potent and timeless piece of writing.